storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
All right, what is up, Storm Chasers? We got a few topics that we need to get to today. And first things first, we got to talk about NBA Youngboy. You know, the guy that's running through yards, scaring people like Wendy Williams. He's currently behind jails. The guy that, according to his mama, is a grown-ass man. And she said, slumped in that car. He's a grown-ass man. Now, NBA Youngboy has officially secured what is called a dream music deal in the industry. But before I get into explaining to you what he done now, let me go ahead and actually, let's go visit him. Let's go say hi. So he's behind bars, so we're going to go with him too. What's going on, NBA Youngboy? What's going on, Youngboy? And thank God my hair low enough because I don't want nobody to braid my hair. Anyway, now NBA Youngboy has officially secured a joint venture, music deal with Motown Records. Now, when I heard about this, I was like, Motown Records has a super squeaky clean image. I don't even know any of their artists that they put out lately in the last like 30 or 40 years, but we know them for having Diana Ross on their roster, Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye, like people like that. So to go from people like that to NBA Youngboy, it doesn't make sense, but that's because he's not technically signing to Motown. This is a joint venture type of opportunity. This is actually the ideal contract for artists that are in the industry if they're not going to be like solely independent. So let me explain to you, right? So a global joint venture agreement is when two entities come together, usually one major label and an independent label. But in this case, we got Motown, who was the major label, and then we got NBA Youngboy, who was technically independent. Because if you guys remember, in 2016, he signed a 5-album, $2 million deal with Atlantic Records. At least it was assumed that it was Atlantic Records. He didn't like confirm or deny at the time, but it ain't like you can go look it up. Anyway, I mean, it's not like you can't go look it up, but that ain't the point, right? When he actually signed that deal back in 2016, a lot of people was telling him not to sign it because they felt like he was worth a lot more than $2 million for 5 albums, but he wanted to be famous. And look, this is how these record labels get a lot of these young guys and a lot of these young rappers and singers. They know you want to be on so bad. They don't really want to invest no money in you up front. They don't even really believe in like artist development anymore. That's why a lot of these acts that come out, they have to already be ready made or they're just shitty. You know, shit like that, and not like real actual music. No shade, you know, she my best fan in a tune band and got my own car, like stupid shit like that. Like, but anyway, this ain't about that. And this is no shade to nobody, although that sounded very shady. With that being said, I think it was around like 2018 when NBA Youngboy, he posted, he was like, look, I talked to my record label, which would have been Atlantic at the time, and he told them, look, I would give you 4 free freaking albums if you just let me have my masters. Just let me have my masters, because your masters is actually where you make money for the rest of your life and for generations to come, and that'll feed him and his 50-11 children. But Atlantic wasn't having it. They said, we your master, slave. We is your master. I am your leader. Yes, I am your leader. I don't know why I'm randomly quoting Nicki, but that ain't the point, right? So he did what he had to do. He put out a bunch of albums to pretty much get out of that agreement, and now he has decided to team up with Motown to do a joint venture. Okay, so like I said, right, you got Motown, that's the major, and then you got NBA Youngboy, that is literally the independent label or the independent person, right? They come together for the purpose of producing either one act or a series of acts. So they'll be coming out with a compilation album with a bunch of different artists on it, as well as releasing 16 unreleased songs of NBA Youngboy. So this sounds like it will actually turn out to be very good for him. Although you would never put Motown and NBA Youngboy together, hey, weirder things has happened in the industry for sure. But the whole point of a joint venture is to bring two entities together that really don't need each other. They could both sustain themselves, but the major just has the ability to scale faster than what NBA Youngboy can. So Motown has access to more capital. NBA Youngboy needs that capital. So this is how their deal is going to work. They're going to come together. Whatever Motown initially invests into this project with NBA Youngboy, Motown will front 100% of the costs, okay? And they are counting on the fact that not only will NBA Youngboy recoup their initial investment, but that he will bring in so much more that them splitting the profit 50-50, which is how most typical joint ventures go. It'll be perfect. It'll be perfectly lucrative, for the both of them, right? So let's say And I actually saw this in another video too on YouTube. I can't remember the guy's name, but he broke it down very well, right? So let's just say that Motown invests $100,000 into NBA Youngboy. They release this album, they release whatever projects they're gonna do, and they make $1 million, right, in profit, so to speak, right? So that initial investment of $100,000, Motown is gonna recruit 100% of that initially. That leaves $900,000 left. That means $450,000 of that $900,000 is gonna go to Motown. The rest is gonna go to NBA Youngboy. And that's pretty much how it is. So this is a dream deal. More artists need to pretty much follow suit, build your shit on social media, and then do a joint venture deal with the label where they're just putting up an investment, you pay them back, and then the rest is 50-50 instead of these 360 deals, these 80-20 splits, or 78-22, like however they do it. This is the way to do it. This is the ideal way to do it. T.I. did it with Grand Hustle. There was another artist that did it, LaFace, back in the day. So it's definitely been done. And best of luck to him. And at least he gonna have plenty of money to keep on his book. Shit, this is smart. Whoever NBA Youngboy got on his corner is smart as shit. Moving right along, we need to talk about Waka and Tammy. What the Flocka? What the Flock? All right, apparently they... According to sources and many outlets, they have broken up, and they have been broken up for about a year, as if we couldn't figure that out from that damn reality show that they was on, as well as their history on television, period. You got to keep this one thing in mind, right? How you start a relationship is how you're going to finish it. Waka been cheating on Tammy from the very beginning, but you know, she came into the relationship pretty much with nothing, and she had to stack her paper, build a name for herself, and before she left him, that's why I put that throwback up there, because I want you to see how they started. How you start is typically how you gonna finish, unless one or both of y'all are willing to put in the work that it takes to change course. So he been cheating on her, he been embarrassing her on TV, and to keep it real, not that he didn't got old, he didn't got saved, I guess. Now he don't want to be out there in those streets no more. The Tammy never forgave him for what he did before. She harbored all that resentment, which is why she was super aggressive towards him in every single reality show we seen him on. We seen it in Growing Up Hip Hop, where it looked like Miss Deb was terrorizing her, and it looked like she was terrorized by her own husband. Hell, sometimes it looked like she was terrorized by her own damn daughter. Then we seen it on What the Flocka, where Tammy appears to basically be going through a midlife crisis. And if you peep game, if you go back and watch Waka Flocka and you peep game, that second bedroom, that guest bedroom that you see Waka and Tammy in, but Waka go in there first, I literally think they were already sleeping in separate bedrooms at that point, because if they've been broken up for a year but still legally married, then when did they actually take What the Flocka? That would have been right around the time that they broken up. So I'm just saying, look, at the end of the day, I can't say that I'm surprised, but what I do have to say is, Miss Deb, I remember back in 2018, you told us bloggers we had to find Jesus, and you know I had to comment and let you know that we ain't got to find Jesus, but your man got to stop finding, but your son got to stop finding prostitutes. Now, at the end of the day, will they probably get back together? I don't think so. I think they are going to pretty much stay split up. I think that Tammy is going to live her own life. I don't think they'll actually ever like legally divorce and go through all of that. To me, this is a couple that has always moved kind of on the slow side. I don't mean no shade. They kind of slow, not mentally, but I mean like, they move on the slow side. I'm just putting you know what you can read between the fucking lines. So that's how they've always moved, and they just give me that ghetto hood couple that they came up in the world, and they not finna actually divorce. I mean, they gonna always need each other. Ain't nobody gonna get the other one like them. And if either one of them got sick tomorrow, they'll go be by their side. They will each have separate people and still do for each other and come together for her daughter and Waka's stepdaughter. But I'm gonna say this too. For years, Waka has been begging Tammy for some kids. He's been trying to put some twins up in her. Now, I don't know if he was just going to do a certain position and produce twins, or if they was going to go down to the doctor, or if they was going to get one of the women that Candy got to and pay $40,000 for a surrogate to carry some twins. I don't know, but I know he been asking for a baby for the longest, and she ain't been trying to hear it. And Miss Deb been all in Tammy's uterus, and Tammy ain't been trying to hear it. And I truly think that the whole issue of biological children is part of the reason why they are broken up today. I think that she maybe wanted to give him a kid at first, but after Waka started tripping, she had it made up in her mind, I'm gonna use this nigga for all I can, and when it's time for me to do my own thing, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And that's what men better realize about women. Women leave you 6 months to 2, 3, 4 years mentally before they actually walk out the damn door. So I don't trust no woman. Y'all conniving as hell. Hell, y'all scared me. Shit. Look you dead in your eye planning to do you in. But he did it to himself, so don't do nothing to nobody that you can't handle. Moving right along, we got to talk about Kylie, Kristen Jenner, and Travis. I'm still not talking Scott. Travis, I mean, he isn't falling, but, you know, he might have failed, but he can get. Is that Travis Scott or is that A$AP Rocky? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think Google had that wrong. Is that Travis Scott or A$AP Rocky? I mean, we know that's Kylie up there. I mean, we can clearly see that. That's Caitlyn. That's Caitlyn right there. Just a less hairier version. Who is that? We gonna pretend that's Travis Scott. I might have got, you know, I mix them up all the time. Anyway, we are in the Beverly Hills Plastic Surgery office, because we know this is exactly where Kylie will be running to get her head transplant after that baby come out, and to reconstruct her deconstructed body. You know, she gonna reconstruct it and fuck it up with every baby that she spit out. She confirmed that she is pregnant with her second child. We already knew that she was going to have a second child, and she was going to have a second child with this man, because she did not want to have no mismatched ass kids, even though y'all claim that first baby is actually Tiger's. And so y'all really gonna be comparing these two siblings for the rest of their life. Like, just like Chloe has always had to been told she wasn't a real Kardashian, her baby, we gonna see. If this baby look just like Stormy, then, I mean, I guess all those rumors can be put to rest, unless Tiger came around back over and dipped on back in it. But, you know, if he had done that, we'd have seen that clip on my star. Now Tiger, that'd have been a way to jump off your own version of your OnlyFans site to get to smash Kylie from the back. Cream pie. And that's the first video you put on your site, boy, you'd have made $1 million. I don't know why y'all don't call me. I be giving y'all these. I need to be a celebrity manager, because I just don't know what y'all be doing. But anyway, what I came to talk to y'all about is that this pregnancy is drastically different for the Kardashian family, because typically their pregnancies are leveraged to get endorsement deals, as well as to drive the celebrity name, right? Just like the family used Kourtney's first pregnancy in 2009 in order to blow up the family, have a storyline for the show, etc., etc. Low key, if you really think about it, Kourtney Mary Kardashian literally, Kourtney Mary Kardashian should have been Scott, but you ain't want that bullshit. She literally carried the show. In the beginning, she literally carried the show. Like, Kim even knew, like, look, you know, my ass wanted to be the ass that they rolled in on into fame, but ain't nobody listening to Kim talk for more than 10 seconds. That's why she can't keep no damn man. That girl ain't interesting at all. Her sex ain't even interesting at this point. She's just interesting looking. That's about it, right? But I still say that Kourtney is the prettiest, and, you know, hell, you can ask Kevin Samuels. I bet you he'll tell you too that Kourtney is out of Kourtney, Kylie ain't even her face. Out of Kourtney, Khloe, and Kimberly, Kourtney in the face would be considered the prettiest. Fight me later, but it is what it is. Now, with that being said, back when Kourtney had got pregnant in 2009, Kris was able to flip that pregnancy into $300,000 worth of endorsements, the highest rated season of the Kardashians, right? Which would be topped again when Kim actually had divorced Kris Humphries. And in addition to that, Kris Jenner was also able to use that pregnancy to get a bunch of different spin-offs within the show, which just created money on top of money on top of money on top of money. Kylie in her pregnancies is more of a recluse. She's insecure about the way that she looks, and she just wants to have as much positive energy around her baby as possible. She don't really leave her house like that. And as well as that, the show just ended in June, so we not gonna see this pregnancy play out just like we didn't see the first one. And they're not really gonna use this to drive their fame, but because they're already mega famous, they don't really need to use a pregnancy for that anymore. But I will say this. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Kylie and Travis, because this is what you got to keep in mind. This is a billionaire, right? She ain't a billionaire today technically, but she will be tomorrow. She will be eventually. But if your mammy and your sister didn't hoard themselves out enough to lay out the groundwork for you, you better be a billionaire or you doing something wrong. Rob. So they're calling you Bob. To play, no, I'm known for the Bob. Where Rob at? Somewhere playing Xbox and smoking weed. Anyway, and fighting with China and losing every fight that he get in with it. Anyway, I say all that to say, this is a woman that will have a legitimate $1 billion empire one day, and she's gonna need a slew of children to leave it to, and she's gonna want them all from the same semen stock. So I'm wondering how long will Travis continue to donate his sperm to Kylie, because they are not technically together. They have an open relationship. She do her, he do him. y'all ain't together. So it is what it is at this point, and she's never gonna marry him. And so at the end of the day, is he gonna get tired of just being a breeding stock and producing all these children for her, or do he not care? Because the children that he produced with her is going to literally be set for life. So he's just gonna do what he's told. He's gonna remain quiet, and that's gonna be that. Is that Travis or is that ASAP Rocky? I'm over here like really tripping off this shit. I think I messed up. I can never tell the difference between the two. Anyway, y'all can drag me later. But congratulations, and you let that cookie heal before you go to the doctor's office. But I know you done already got it planned out, just like Malika over there. She had that baby. She was already planning to get that shit back together. Golly, Malika. All right, moving right along. We got to talk about Brother Love and Joy Chavis, who is Bow Wow's and Future's baby mama. As you can see, in the words of Funky Dineva, work ain't honest, but it pay the bills. And sometimes you gotta ride a trade for some cheap thrills. Anyway, she gotta do what she gotta do. She's giving me, mama gotta make this money. Mama gotta keep it coming in. She's giving me, I'm ovulating, and I'm going to get, and we both gonna get drunk and hot, and we're gonna rock the boat, and he's gonna come in the middle, and she's gonna have another check for 18 years. I guess you can't hate the player, but hate the game, because it is what it is. An Exotica will always stay pregnant and knocked up by an entertainer. It is what it is. Anyway, up front, ladies, I want y'all to look at the picture of Brother Love. Is he looking into your eyes? As neighborhood talkers say, or your doors open for Brother Love? Can't Brother Love come make some love to you, ladies? Y'all let me know down below if this is sexy and smoldering at the top, or if his cheetah pink draws at the bottom really does it for you. But at this point, he could be in there in a banana slingshot G-string. Joy's still gonna give up that box and get that baby and get that 18-year bag. Now, they were publicly seen together out in Italy. Don't forget that Diddy was just in Italy because his three daughters was actually walking in a runway show, and it was a whole big thing out there. So of course Joy went out there too, and they got a private yacht, and they did their own thing, and there's a bunch of pictures of them kissing and canoodling. Now a lot of people is confused, all right? As a matter of fact, wait a minute, I didn't take us to Venice. There we go, now we in Venice. A lot of people is confused because they like, wait a minute, I thought he was dating Young Miami. No, Young Miami was just on the roster. He is not committed to anybody. He has women on a roster, and he rotates them. And in addition to that, Young Miami is getting a $200,000 monthly allowance from him, right? So you literally are his girlfriend, whether you're actually having sex with him or not. I don't know. I'll let y'all debate that in the comments. You get a salary. Young Miami negotiated $200,000. I don't know what Joy Chavis's fee is, but best believe she gonna try to get a baby out of him too. And if Young Miami's smart, she'll do the same thing. Even though I still say this don't do it for me as a couple, but Young Miami and Diddy facially actually look good as a couple. They would actually produce beautiful children if, you know, he actually wanted to be like a husband and a monogamous man. But anyway, moving right along from that. So now, keep in mind, like I said, Joy Chavis got a baby with Future. She got a baby with Bow Wow. And if she get a baby by Diddy, like, this is the holy trifecta of entertainment. Like, this is the uterus that everybody has apparently impregnated. Like, I'm just waiting for y'all to say that Storm is right with what I be saying about this industry. Y'all not understanding? They fly you out on trips. They get you gifts. You get monthly allowances. Okay, you play a role, whether you're just a beard or not. That ain't my business, but you still have to be seen out with him. This man got to stick his tongue down your throat. And y'all can say that man, y'all can say what that man do sexually, but that man love women too. That man love women too at the end of the day. Or hate them, or love to hate them, or hate to love them. I don't know. But why are we not calling these women what they really are? These are not baby mamas. These are not celebrity girlfriends. These are high-paid escorts. These are high-paid prostitutes. They're just not on the corner, but they're literally being passed around from entertainer to entertainer. They get paid a fee to hang out with a man for a certain amount of time. And they get paid for their services, which is going to include sex. Because no high value man, and I hate using that word, but since you niggas use that word all the time, y'all overuse the word every time you get it. I hate when y'all learn a new word. Y'all done overuse high value, alpha and beta. Y'all done overuse it, and I really, and narcissists too, and I really want y'all to stop. For Christmas, I want my Christmas gift from you to me in 2022. Please stop using the word high value, alpha and beta. Use something else, please. I'm sick of hearing it. But with that being said, ain't no man of power flying you out anywhere without getting some. And so What y'all think Joy gonna get out of this? Is she just gonna keep her monthly salary, or is she gonna get a baby in a bag on top of it too and secure her future? You think she's trying to do some kind of acting deal, music deal, TV deal, reality show deal? Well, don't sign any kind of deal with Diddy, because you ain't never gonna get paid. As a matter of fact, the only way to actually get money out of Diddy is just to give him a baby. You give him a baby, he'll give you a bag. But you do legitimate business with him, you gonna get a 90-10 split. So anyway, best of luck to it. You know, Joy is 32 years old, and she's getting to that point where if she's gonna squeeze out a couple more baby bags or bag babies or whatever you want to call them, she better do that shit now and secure herself well into her 50s and 60s. If she's smart, she will invest a portion of that child support or that allowance money that she's getting, and then she can just let that money make money on top of money for the rest of her life. Come out with a little lifestyle brand like Lori Harvey is, and just call it a damn day. Keep in mind, since him and Cassie broke up, since Cassie escaped in 2018, he'd have been linked with Lori Harvey, Tina Louise, Young Miami, now Joy Chavis. So he's just spreading his seed wherever he can. But I ain't mad if he want to trick off some of his money. If he want to trick off, some of the money that he done stole from people over the years, then why not? He say his name is Brother Love, and he got plenty love to give. Now, that's it for today. Like, comment, subscribe, and share if you care. We're gonna go ahead and leave Venice, and I will catch you guys later.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's a Storm Show.